Hello again, whiskey friends. Welcome back to the Whiskey Riff Lounge. We're going to be talking some MGP today. This isn't necessarily a new brand, but this is a new bottle for me that I was super impressed with. So I kind of wanted to go through it, talk with you about it, and see how it stands up for me as an MGP offering. So let's get this show started. All right, welcome back, everybody. So today we're going to be talking about some MGP bottles. One in particular today about a good friend of mine, actually not about, but by a good friend of mine. It is Obtanium Single Bourbon Whiskey. Now this one comes across at 57.3 ABV. This is from Elixir. Now, if you're not familiar with this particular store, it is in Nashville. A good buddy, Thomas Christian, was able to snag one of these and hand deliver me a few of these because I liked it so much. Again, 57.3. This is almost 11 years old. It's 10 year, 11 month. So just under shy of 11 years old. It is MGP, distilled by MGP. In Indiana. It says right there on the bottle. So the thing that made this one that I wanted to review was simply the fact that you've got almost an 11-year MGP, and this thing was under $90, and nobody knew about this thing. It sat on the shelf. Thomas said there was 5. When I called him, I got 3 for myself. I think he bought the other 2, and he had already bought, I think, 2 or 4 bottles of this already. So Obtanium, let's talk about that. Gene Nassif over there is putting out some great bottles of light whiskey, but this is a straight bourbon whiskey that Tarek in Elixir in Nashville picked out. Does fabulous picks. If you ever get a chance to go to Elixir in Nashville, make sure that you do so. Great store picks, all kinds of store picks in there. So I just wanted to kind of highlight this particular bottle because a lot of people for Obtanium think of light whiskey. This is not light whiskey. This is straight bourbon whiskey. So almost 11 years old. And let's get into the nose of this thing. Typical MGP notes, graham cracker. It almost tastes like one of those sugar cookie desserts where it's sugar cookie, cream cheese, and like fruit on top. That's what it reminds me of. I love this thing on the nose. And then the oak comes in towards the end of the nose. It's super sweet. Oh my gosh, it smells amazing. The nose on this thing is crazy. The first time I tasted this, I texted Thomas that night and asked if he could get me some. So it's that good. Oh man, the palate is just as good. Super sweet up front. Fruit notes, my thing. A little bit of rye spice towards the middle palate. And then the oak comes in towards the finish. It's super uber complete. Like I love this thing because of how complete it is as a bourbon for me. I love the super sweet up front. I love the oak on the back end. Like I said, I am an MGP person. I love MGP products. Obtanium is not typically one, unless it's a light whiskey, that most people have heard of. But Gene is doing some different things. I know he's put out some Boo Ryes this past year. He's doing some finished whiskeys that he has always been great at. So I want to give a shout out to Gene Nassif at Obtanium Cat's Eye Distillery. If you're not seeing their stuff, you'll see a Nassif Family Reserve, but you'll also see Obtanium in these tall bottles like this that are a little bit more in nature. And then you'll also see some squatty bottles, which typically have been their light whiskey. They've done some hazmat light whiskey. They've done some Canadian light whiskey that is super aged or ultra aged as well. If you haven't checked out the brand, make sure you do so. Yeah, going back in the nose of this thing is just ridiculous. I can't tell you how good this thing is. This is why I wanted to kind of draw attention to some other products that people aren't as familiar with this particular brand. Granted, this is a single barrel, but damn, this thing is delicious. So good. So good. I've already drank. I got this 2 days ago, and I've already drank that much of it. I mean, I put a dent in it already. I shared it with a couple of people, but my gosh, this thing is so good. Man, love me some ultra aged or higher aged MGP. Like I said, this thing's almost 11 years old, under 90 bucks. Killer single barrel. Elixir in Nashville barrel. Nashville barrel. Elixir in Nashville, not Nashville barrel, is doing some great picks. If you get a chance to go by and see Tarek, make sure that you check out all of the single barrels. He has tequila single barrels. He has rum single barrels. He has bourbon single barrels. I mean, this guy's got a crap ton of single barrel picks that he does for all different kinds of brands. So just wanted to give you guys a quick review on this particular one. Make sure that you guys are checking out this particular brand. For other than light whiskey, this guy's putting out some great whiskey. So make sure you check out Obtanium, straight bourbon whiskey. And until next time, we'll see you guys back here on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific for our lives. We've got some fun people coming on, but we also have some great store picks coming of our own. Make sure you guys get in on that by joining our Patreon, and you will have access to those as well. We'll see you here right here next time.
Jeff, just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again. Oh, Jeffrey, you should just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello.